5 vitamins that help to stop frequent urination at night. Waking up 2, 3 or even 5 times a night to urinate can leave you exhausted the next day with brain fog, low energy and cravings. This is known as nocturia and it affects millions of men and women worldwide. But what many don't realise is that frequent urination is often not a bladder problem. The bladder is simply the messenger. The real cause is often linked to nerves, blood sugar, hydration patterns and certain nutritional deficiencies. So today I'm going to walk you through 5 vitamins and nutritional supplements that can help to stop frequent urination at night by supporting the muscles and nerves in your urinary system and by correcting some of the hidden root causes of this frustrating issue. I'm Ryan, a real nutritionist from the UK. My wife and I have been making these videos for over 8 years. So let's get started with the most important nutrient, vitamin B1. Vitamin B1 helps to regulate your nervous system, allowing your brain to send the right signals to the muscles that control your bladder. If these signals are disrupted, which often happens with blood sugar issues, you can lose control over the bladder's timing, especially whilst you sleep. Now, here's the thing, many people are unknowingly deficient in vitamin B1 because they eat too often, they snack between meals, or they consume too many refined carbs or sugars. Over time, these habits drain your B1 reserves, and this damages the nerves connected to your bladder, causing those urgent nighttime trips to the toilet. Now, benfotiamine is a fat-soluble form of vitamin B1 that penetrates nerve tissue more effectively than regular thiamine. One study published in the Journal of Clinical Pharmacology found that benfotiamine helped to improve bladder control in people with nerve-related urination issues, especially when taken at a dose of 300 to 600 milligrams per day. You can also support your nervous system with water-soluble vitamin B1 from natural foods like nutritional yeast, sunflower seeds, organic pork and pasture-raised eggs. Number 2 is magnesium. Magnesium is one of the most important minerals for helping you to stay asleep through the night, especially if you're waking up to urinate. One of magnesium's main jobs is to relax the smooth muscles in your body, including those that surround your bladder. This makes it easier for your bladder to stretch and hold urine without those sudden urges that jolt you awake. It also calms the nerves that send signals from your bladder to the brain, helping reduce the sensation of urgency. The problem is, unfortunately, that up to 70% of people are now low in magnesium, especially those who eat processed foods or refined carbs often. Without enough magnesium, your bladder muscles become jumpy, your nervous system becomes a bit more sensitive, and this can contribute to overactive bladder and nocturia. A study published in the journal Magnesium Research found that magnesium supplementation helped reduce nighttime urination in adults with overactive bladder symptoms. On the other hand, magnesium helps to balance insulin levels and blood sugar, which is another key factor in nocturia as we covered earlier. For sleep and bladder control, magnesium glycinate or magnesium L-threonate are both excellent options. Look for 300 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium listed on your supplement label, and you may take this before you go to bed. You'll usually notice better sleep, fewer bathroom visits at night, and more relaxed muscles overall. Adding magnesium-rich foods to your diet like pumpkin seeds, almonds, avocados, and Valencia peanut butter can also help to keep magnesium levels high. If you're finding this information helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn all notifications on for my latest health and nutrition tips. Number 3 is also very important, vitamin D. Vitamin D is best known for bone health and immunity, but many people don't realise that it also plays a vital role in controlling your bladder. There are vitamin D receptors inside the bladder wall and the surrounding muscles, which help regulate how your bladder stretches and contracts. When vitamin D levels are low, it can cause the muscles that control urination to weaken or become overactive, which can lead to those urgent nighttime bathroom trips. It also affects the nerves that send messages between your brain and bladder, so a deficiency can cause mixed signals that make you feel the urge to urinate even when your bladder isn't full. Another study that was published found that women with low vitamin D levels were significantly more likely to suffer from overactive bladder and nocturia. And this doesn't just affect women. Men with low vitamin D also experience more frequent urination, especially with age. Most of us don't get enough vitamin D from sunlight alone, especially if you live in colder countries or you're indoors quite often. That's why I always recommend supplementing with 10,000 IUs of vitamin D3 per day, ideally taken in the morning with a meal that contains some fat for better absorption. This helps to restore normal nerve function, supports the bladder muscles, and may also help to regulate insulin, which we now know is closely linked to nocturia. The fourth nutritional supplement is pumpkin seed extract. Pumpkin seeds aren't just a tasty snack, they're actually one of the best natural remedies for urinary support. Pumpkin seed extract is rich in magnesium, zinc, and phytosterols, which help to strengthen the detrusor muscles around your bladder, allowing the organ to hold more urine effectively and reducing nighttime urgency. And for men, these same phytosterols support prostate function, which can help relieve bladder pressure and improve sleep quality as well. You can take up to 2,000 milligrams of pumpkin seed extract or oil in a daily capsule. This very simple, effective remedy has been used for generations, and it continues to deliver great results when you use it consistently. 5. Zinc. Zinc is an essential trace mineral that plays a role in regulating hormones and enzymes involved with bladder and urinary function. For men especially, frequent nighttime urination can sometimes be linked to prostate enlargement. As the prostate grows, it can press against the urethra, affecting urine flow and triggering more bathroom trips. But zinc, however, helps to regulate DHT and estrogen. These are hormones that influence the prostate's size, helping to maintain a healthy balance over time. Zinc is also involved in testosterone regulation, which supports the strength of the pelvic muscles that control the bladder. For both men and women, zinc supports immune defenses in the urinary tract, reducing irritation that can cause nocturia. You can get zinc easily from foods like pumpkin seeds, grass-fed beef, oysters, or you can take a supplement with 15 to 30 milligrams per day of zinc glycinate. If you do take zinc, I also suggest pairing it with 1 to 2 milligrams of copper, as having too much zinc can deplete copper over time. I should also talk a little bit about bladder training. One of the most effective things that you can do alongside vitamins and supplements is gently retrain your bladder to hold more urine over time. If you're constantly rushing to the bathroom at the first sign of an urge, your bladder muscles become used to emptying too soon, and this can shrink the functional capacity of your bladder. To reverse it, try doing some bladder training. When you feel the urge at night, pause and take a few deep breaths. If it's not urgent or painful, delay your trip to the bathroom by 5 to 10 minutes. Over time, this training builds strength in the bladder and it reduces sensitivity to small amounts of urine. It's also helpful during the day. Simply space out your bathroom trips to once every 2 to 3 hours, even if you feel the urge earlier. Pair this with some pelvic floor exercises or gentle yoga stretches for the pelvic region. The goal here is to increase your bladder capacity, restore normal reflexes, and reduce nighttime wake-ups. Which leads me on to the brain-bladder connection. The bladder and the brain are in constant communication through the nervous system, and just like an anxious mind can wake you up at night, it can also send exaggerated signals to your bladder. That's why many people with stress or anxiety disorders often experience more nighttime urination, especially when the bladder isn't full. Practicing calm breathing, mindfulness, or even 5 minutes of meditation in the evening can help to settle this nerve signaling. Essentially, less anxiety equals fewer misfired signals, which equals more restful sleep. Additional tips. The 5 nutrients discussed today are very powerful, but your results will be even better when you pair them with a few simple lifestyle habits. One of the most overlooked causes of nocturia is high insulin levels at night, which is often caused by snacking too late. When your insulin is high, your kidneys start to flush out fluid, and this can wake you up needing the toilet. So here's what helps the situation. Avoid eating anything or snacking after 6:30 p.m. and stop drinking fluids after 7 p.m., especially alcohol, which can irritate the bladder and increase fluid loss. Stay hydrated by drinking 2 liters of water earlier on in the day. Cut your carbs to under 30 to 50 grams if possible, and focus on eating more whole foods and skip the refined sugar and processed snacks. Many people notice a massive difference in just 3 to 5 nights by doing this consistently. If you'd like to see a list of the healthiest foods with no carbs and no sugar, go ahead and watch the video that I made that's on the screen now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I wish you great health, wealth, and happiness.